So we are back here with YouTuber TimH that is going to talk to us about all of his filmmaking stuff. Welcome to the zoo.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
You know what to do at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow! What was that all about, guys?
I was trying to get Bruno to do it because I saw him do this, and then I did it, and then I was trying to get his attention without interrupting you and say, I wanted to do it at the same time.
we speak in another language.
I know.
It's complicated.
I may have been a little early. I was too excited. I was just
Yeah.
went down immediately.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, you know, dealing with like a bunch of like crazy, heavy things happening in the world right now, but I don't let it get me down. I stay positive.
What an answer.
You know? What keeps you positive?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that exact challenge, I mean, you know, it's important to sort of stay engaged, but also allow yourself a break every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, like gotta remember to be a person. I think.
Well, that's what we do here on the zoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold on.
Would
We're
you
being
teach
animals.
me your accent? Because I love the
Uncaged.
British, and I don't know exactly how I should do it. But I want to try. I love it, by the way.
It's funny. It's everyone's first instinct is to do a British accent, but I must say yours is not bad. Like I think
It's not bad,
I know
really.
I've had such a range. Like I've seen so many.
Smashing,
Can you
I
do
love it.
like this one, Cheerio? No? The Wall. See, when I listen to Pink Floyd's The Wall, I feel like The Wall is the only thing I can say in British.
I don't even try to imitate it because I think it'll come out so bad.
Yeah.
Why are English accents so sexy?
Oh, I don't
Because they're different.
A woman with an English accent is just so naughty. You know, like
Naughty.
naughty.
Say a little something else so that we can get turned on a bit more.
So naughty and
Get
fun.
turned on,
Tell us more
Jesus.
about yourself in your own accent.
Yes, and your sketches and your short films and how you started.
Yeah, I suppose so. I grew up, and it's funny, just by coincidence of, you know, my age, I suppose, when my dad bought me a camera and my brother and I made, you know, sort of fan films in the garden.
What do you mean your age? Because you look super young.
I am young, but I suppose, you know, no, I mean, I suppose it would be growing up, you know, just because I happened to have YouTube and the internet as something that was around and that I could do, that was sort of my way of like putting my work out there. And then initially that was just, you know, for me and my family. Like I would be like, hey Mom, I made something, or my friends would check out the things I'd made. But then after a while, I started noticing that like people who weren't my friends and family were watching.
Wow.
Like so, if I made like a fan trailer for like Spider-Man 3 or something back in the day, you know, like this was before the movie came out, and I was really disappointed. But but it would be something, you know, I'd make a project like that, and then, you know, people would be commenting who I didn't know, and I started making friends who would say like, oh, what song did you use? And we'd like network through YouTube.
Oh, wow.
We actually have one of those sketches right now. We're gonna check it out. TimH, right here on the zoo.
Do you, well, we'll watch this and then. Stick to the plan! Come on! There he is! Get him!
You snooze, you lose.
Oh, snooze, you lose. It's a mattress. It's a pot. I just got it.
Oh my goodness. Did you get hurt at all doing that thing?
It was funny. That was actually the first day of that short film shoot. So it was like day one, first thing we were shooting was me falling backwards off a fire escape. So, which technically isn't very smart, because if I had gotten hurt, it would be like, oh,
You
well,
wouldn't be able to do any
we wouldn't
more
have
of
any
it.
other footage, and you know, your director would be paralyzed. But
Now, is this a full-time thing for you? Because obviously the production value of this, if it's like, I'm used to like little things on YouTube. This is like really legit looking.
yeah, I mean, that particular short film was funded by a company who work in the digital space. They're called Newform Digital. They're based out here in Los Angeles. And yeah, I think what was cool about, you know, being someone who was very interested in filmmaking and sort of making sketches and sort of doing that kind of stuff is, after a while, you know, when more people started paying attention to the digital space, more and more people were willing to like invest or like allow like filmmakers to try new things. So yeah, for that one we had a nice little budget actually.
I've got
which
a
was nice.
wonderful concept for you, a movie about 4 talk show hosts living in Los Angeles that host a wonderful show called The Zoo. What do you think about that?
Sounds good. We should work on the script. We should,
Please, you know, after the show.
Speaking of scripts, so do you write everything that you have on your channel, or do you have like?
I mean, I have co-writers and people who I like to work with, but I tend to always be one of the writers. So I'm always creatively involved, you know, whether that's as a director or as a co-writer, or sometimes I bring in a co-director, because as you can see, sometimes I'm in my own work. So it can be nice. It can be nice to have a co-director who can then oversee me, you know.
Is it too much? Is it overwhelming sometimes?
It can be. It can be. It can, you know, when you take on a lot of responsibilities, there's always that risk that you're spreading yourself thin, you know, and that you're, you know, while you're paying attention to trying to perform, you might not be paying attention to the camera or like to
You're going to film school, I assume.
I
you're
did,
gonna
yeah,
do
I'm a
it.
graduate. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
look so young. I still
know.
think that you're still gonna go to school. Oh my God.
A lot of people, you know, consider British humor to be kind of stark and more dry and, you know, like a little bit, I guess, more refined than what we do here. Do you think you fit into that? Do you think you fit into that category, or do you think you've kind of expanded the like stereotypical British humor?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, because a lot of people, you know, like, I wonder if, for instance, if what you watched, if you felt that was particularly British, because I don't really pay attention to it.
I did. That's why I asked.
to come out.
That's kind of why I asked, because I did feel like a little bit, especially with the end where he's like, I just got the joke, kind of, you know what I mean, like that.
Well, you know what it is? Also, the police people stopping and look. I mean, there was something British about that, because American police, they usually just take out they're gonna start shooting. By the way, before ooh, too soon. Before we go to commercial, when you landed, I'm a David Bowie fan. Was that a tribute to the album cover of Lager? Do you know what I'm talking
It
about?
wasn't a conscious tribute, but I'm glad it reads that way.
Do you know that? Do you know the album cover I'm
do know
talking
the
about?
album,
That?
yeah.
With his nose and his leg and all that stuff. David Bowie, kids, look it up.
Tim, do you know how to shake it? A little bit? Okay,
yeah.
the hips, you gotta add the
I was gonna say,
I see.
yeah, I can try.
Shake it.
Like back when I was at high school, I like dancing. Like, I think it's a very impressive craft. But it was funny
You're
because
so sweet.
my teacher told me, like, yeah, you don't know what to do with your hips. That's what she told me. I really wanted to. I wasn't that guy who was like shy. I wanted to be better at dancing, but my teacher was like, oh, you don't do your
Because
hips.
it's
you
an
know?
interesting craft. I love it.
I mean, but do your hips lie is the thing, because then it's like you gotta, you know.
They lie if they're saying I can dance. Like, in that case, they definitely lie.
See, that's British humor. That's what I'm talking about. The British humor comes out. There it is.
Think that from Monty Python. So, what did you grow up in? Like on?
Oh, grow up watching?
Yeah, like Monty Python,
Well,
Benny
it's-
Hill. This is way before your
It's
time,
funny,
by the way, but
yeah.
it's on repeat.
I mean, I'm probably, like, I'd worry that I'm about to really disappoint you guys, because I grew up on so much American stuff. Like,
Really?
like The Simpsons was such a big influence on me
Wow.
growing up.
See, that's what I don't get, though. When I find out that so many British people are watching American shows, I'm like, don't you guys have your own shows that you
No, we
enjoy
watch
more?
their shows too.
Well,
Dennis,
yeah,
relax.
like,
I mean, come on. Everyone can enjoy our entertainment.
no, I'm like surprised that it has such
hope
a big
they're watching
following
us.
Don't you have
abroad,
your
you know?
own shows to watch,
I would think the
people?
British people would watch
Yeah.
more like, you know, their own
Yeah,
like
I mean, I
TV
absolutely,
shows.
I absolutely, did grow up watching, whether that was, Mr. Bean or Monty Python.
Mr.
or,
Bean!
Mr.
Faulty
Bean.
Towers with
Yes.
John Cleese.
Not Downtown Abbey, not EastEnders.
No, not as much. Those are.
Okay.
Those are
See,
my
I watched PBS.
Oh.
But there was The Office. I mean, we've ripped off a lot of things,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
England, The Office being one of them. And as much as I love the American version of The Office, the British version of The Office includes real people. AP, that was for you. Like, it has real people, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can see that.
Queer as Folk is also British. I like that version too. It's a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I suppose The Office has always been that interesting example of something where I think it shows what you're talking about, actually. American sensibilities versus British sensibilities. Like, I think American Office is a little more sympathetic to its characters. Like, British people seem to be willing to laugh at people. Like, look at this weird, awkward man, whereas then in The Office you go, oh, but he just wants to be loved.
I think Americans, we like to romanticize certain things too, and British are very like, no, actually, this is the reality.
Well, you know what it is also is that since there was a time where, the sun didn't set on the English Empire and they conquered the whole world, you guys in your discreet ways were seeing these other people and just, you couldn't help but laugh at just some of these customs and so foreign, cup of tea, right? Did I just offend British people by doing that? Okay.
What accent was that? We can look
Please,
into that later.
just go hide. Go
You know
hide
what?
somewhere.
Hey, listen, I'm never gonna hide when I say something that may or may not be offensive, and you know who doesn't get offended? British people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think considering our history in the world, I don't know if we deserve to be.
No, you're good. Listen, so now we're gonna play a game, and you're gonna go ahead and get on this with us. It's a little game that we like to call Follow and Follow.
La totalmente nueva y completamente rediseñada Honda CR-V 2017, con más tecnología que nunca y un nuevo interior mucho más espacioso y cómodo. La Honda CR-V es nuestro sueño hecho realidad.
Did you understand that Spanish?
I did not.
It means go buy yourself a Honda. They're a great car.
Oh, great.
Yeah. All right, so this is the way the game works. We're gonna give you two people or two parties, and we're gonna explain what's going on between them. You're gonna choose to follow one and unfollow one on social media, depending on your preference.
Okay.
First one, Justin Bieber versus hockey player Chris Pronger. During a charity hockey match, Chris Pronger gave Justin Bieber a very serious body check, sending the pop star right onto the ice. He got hurt. Some people loved it, some people were appalled, believers were offended. Where do you lie? Who do you side with?
God, this is a tough one. Maybe Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a professional hockey player shouldn't be shoving Justin Bieber to the ice just because he hates his music, right?
Wow.
No, I agree.
They probably had some like girl fight going on.
That guy is
Like
way
they
older
were
though,
fighting
isn't he?
over a girl or something.
Also,
Some
like,
drama.
you
I don't know.
Not that I'm like, I think as someone who feels like in that situation, I'd be the one being body slammed. I'm like, I'm going to sympathize with the person who got body slammed as opposed to
Yeah.
the person who did the body slamming.
Did you ever get body
yeah.
slammed at all?
No, not recently.
Oh, not recently. Okay.
No soccer hooligans.
Yeah, I
got
wasn't
you?
gonna bring up some like dark like, like
I want to make a point though for Chris Pronger because I played basketball just randomly with Justin Bieber in the gym a
Are
couple
you
times.
kidding me?
No, hold on. But here's the thing. And I was a little excited too, and then we started playing, and he was so incredibly rude and competitive.
Really?
Really?
Like shoving people. I mean, and I was like, why are you doing this? So I'm kind of happy, you know, Chris Pronger put him in check a little bit because if he's gonna act like that on the basketball court, he needs to get checked on the hockey court. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, guess what? Our next follow, Justin Bieber versus Bruno. We sided you, Bruno. All right.
Forever.
Second one, J-Lo versus Drake. So Jennifer Lopez is worried about Drake cheating on. Wait, hold on. Drake is dating Jennifer Lopez.
Apparently,
Okay.
allegedly,
So
reportedly.
she's worried that he's cheating on her with strippers.
No. Not only strippers. They're afraid that he is dating a porn star as well. That's what I
What
read.
porn
about
star?
that,
Okay,
but-
they had dinner one time in France.
Armando
Did
Miller?
you? Come
Armando
on.
Do
Who's
you
the porn star? Armando Miller?
No, not her. I side with Ms. J-Lo. Just because I
Me
think.
too,
Yeah.
most definitely. I mean, you cannot be in a relationship where you can't trust your partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, I'm gonna agree with this.
This is tough because I don't know the details of the arrangement. But I'll side with J-Lo because she's stunningly beautiful. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and Drake, I would side with him because of his music, but recently I haven't liked it as much. So I think J-Lo, just as a figure, her music, her whole vibe.
figure.
Well,
Literally,
here's the
yeah.
thing. Here's why we'll never side with Drake ever. Those billboards for his new album, is he not too old to be doing the Doug face?
Yeah.
No, he looks
I
like
think
a
it's time.
baby still.
What is
looks
that?
like
He looks a little like Melania Trump.
I don't
Too
know.
bad. Don't do
Yeah.
the Doug face on your billboard, dude.
Donde río suena porque piedra está en. There's too much going on with him.
Last one, the cultural entertainment news journalist, I don't know Torre, all right, versus the coffee intern. So apparently Torre tweeted out, he put this on a tweet. In most cases, if you send an intern out to get coffee and he returns with McDonald's coffee, he's fired on the spot. Bye-bye. So are we on his side or on the side of poor interns or on the side of McDonald's coffee?
Intern. I hear all these people, these execs getting like all upset because of something as stupid and minuscule as a coffee. Why don't you go get it yourself if you have so much of a problem
And
with
not
it?
only that, what makes them think that everybody has to be reading their tweets to know what they're thinking all the time? Like, what if this intern happened to not read the tweet about the McDonald's coffee?
No, he didn't. It's not about the tweet. The kid already came back with it. But if you come back with McDonald's coffee, don't you think it's a little elitist for your, producer or writer boss to put his nose up in the air and say McDonald's coffee? You're fired.
he's a-
Yeah, if your boss
agree.
wants luxury
I'll say
coffee.
goodbye to him.
All right, we'll get it. Last word. Who do you choose with?
I'm on the intern side. As
Awesome.
someone who was fairly
Definitely.
recently an intern, I'm
There you
like,
go.
Yes.
And that was
pain.
follow unfollow.
Yes.